God's people, the ones we read of in the Bible, turned away from God to worship an idol. This would only bring them sorrow and tears. The Philistines arrived. They stayed 40 years. Now when the 40 years were done, God sent a Saviour, someone's son. Manoah's wife saw the angel of the Lord. He had a message that just couldn't be ignored. She'd have a son who was to live God's way. He'd be strong and mighty, and then one day, God would deliver the Philistines into his hand. Their boy would drive them out of the land. Manoah decided God's message he'd believe. He knew it was true, his wife would conceive. They offered to God a sacrifice burnt with fire. The angel appeared in the flames to inspire. Samson was born when the time was right. He grew, God blessed him with great might. He discussed with his parents about the things he should ask. They remembered he was born for God's chosen task. As he walked one day through a garden of grapes, a lion appeared, forming threatening shapes. The Spirit of God, he gave Samson great might. He defeated the lion, a one-sided fight. Sometime later, he passed the carcass on the floor. He was not quite ready for what was in store. The swarm of bees had made sure it wasn't wasted. It was now their hive, the honey he tasted. Samson told his friends a riddle. It caused them strife. When they couldn't solve it, they threatened his wife. This caused great problems. Samson would threat. This would fill the Philistines with much regret. Samson caught foxes, 300 he'd need, if his revengeful plan would hope to succeed. He tied fire to their tails, his plan was complete, when he sent them running into the Philistines' wheat. The Philistines in revenge, the house they did burn. Samson attacked them, each took their turn. The people of God said, all this must cease. It's time that we lived with the Philistines in peace. They arrested Samson, they bound him with rope. They failed to understand that he was God's hope. God's Spirit again descended on Samson to bring strength that enabled him to snap ropes like string. The Philistines shouted. Samson could not postpone. He looked for a weapon, a donkey's jawbone. 1,000 Philistines felt Samson's might. He renamed the place Jawbone Height. Samson was so strong, it made the Philistines feel ill. He ripped up the city gates and put them on top of a hill. They were desperate to find out the key to his strength. To do this, they were prepared to go to great length. They went to Delilah because she knew him best. Find out his secret. With silver you'll be blessed. She asked him the secret. He said, if you must know, it's simple. Bind me with 7 strings from a bow. Samson, he broke the 7 bowstrings with ease. Delilah, upset, asked, why do you tease? Samson said, tie me with ropes, put my hair in a loom. Of course it didn't work. Delilah did fume. Finally, Samson told her, my hair is my strength. God gives me great power if I keep its length. While he slept one night, they cut off his locks. Now with no strength, they put him in stocks. They took his sight away. At a mill he did grind. Slowly his hair grew back, even though he was blind. At a feast to their God, they called for Samson's derision. They went and got him, straight from the prison. Led by a boy, Samson asked for the columns. They held up the roof. Now Samson was solemn. Samson knew that he needed strength from on high. He prayed, he asked, he knew he would die. But God gave him strength for just one last task. The Philistines looked up, they were aghast. With God-given strength, the pillars were crumbling. They tried to run out, over each other stumbling. Samson gave himself to save others from oppression. But in all this, God is teaching us a great lesson. God gave his perfect Son to die in our place, and we can be saved from sin by embracing his grace.